guys, Dave here with another fragrance review. This is going to be my first one um, that was requested by a subscriber. I got a pretty popular classic here. This is Issey Miyake's main fragrance, which is Issey Homme. This was made back in 1994 by House of Issey Miyake, obviously. The perfumier is Jacques Cavalier, who has made some very good stuff. Let's get into it. Bottle sizes, you got quite a few. There's 1.3, 2.5, a limited edition 3.3, 4.2, and a 6.7 ounce. So there's a lot of different bottle sizes. It can cost you anywhere from, I've seen it as low as 25 upwards of almost 100 for the 6.7 ounce, which is not too bad. They do give you a little more juice for your money generally with this one, which is nice. Notes, let's get into the notes. There's a lot of notes for this one. On the top you have yuzu, which is Japanese lemon basically, cypress, coriander, mandarin, sage, and verbena. In the middle notes you have blue water lily, nutmeg, saffron, bourbon geranium, Ceylone's cinnamon. Okay. Base you have tobacco, amber, musk, Indian sandalwood, Haitian vetiver, and cypriol. So there's a lot of notes. There's about 6 to 7 notes on each level, which is quite a bit. The first whiff reminds me mostly, to be honest with you, of lemonade. Yeah, fizzy lemonade is kind of what I get. I get a lot of lemon in the beginning with just a touch the verbena, which makes it a little bit green, but it's mostly kind of a lemony green, which I've heard a lot of people say comparing it to tea, to green tea with a lot of lemon, which I could totally see. Mine is more, I compare it more to what's called an Arnie Palmer. I don't know if you've ever had that. That's basically 3/4 lemonade mixed with iced tea. That's kind of what that's what it reminds me of, which is not a bad thing. I love Arnie Palmers. As it gets into the dry down or the middle notes, you get it gets a little bit more floral with the lily. I can definitely pick up the water lily, which is not a bad thing. Lilies are a very nice smell. Most of the notes I don't really pick up a lot of. There's just so many notes. I mean, it takes a long time for the smell to change on my skin as well. The top on my skin lasts 3 to 4 hours, which is a very, very long time for the top to last. The top, in my opinion, is by far the all-star of this fragrance, which in a lot of fragrances that's the case, but this one, especially the top, is the beautiful part in my opinion. It can be a little bit strong in the beginning. It can be very, very bitter lemon at the beginning, and this will give some people a headache. Most of that I think is that you put way too much on. This is very, very potent stuff. You do not need to put a lot of this on. Generally I'll put one on the neck and one on each wrist. You could do one on the chest as well, but I don't know that it's really necessary. This stuff really lasts a long time. I mean a long, long time. My skin, anywhere from 8 to upwards of 14, 15 hours is the longest I've ever gotten. Generally that's more in the summer, but this is a fragrance I could definitely see worn year round. Just because of its potency. It's potent enough that I could see someone wearing this in the winter if they wanted to. In the dry down it starts to get more, it's mostly, to me it's mostly woods with quite a bit of musk and a tiny, tiny hint of vanilla. I don't get a lot of vanilla like a lot of people do. I do get a little bit, but not a ton. But it does get pretty musky towards the end, at least to my nose. But again, this is just my opinion. As far as some people saying it's synthetic, I guess at points it's slightly synthetic to me, but mostly I consider it natural just because of what it reminds me of. Basically going out and playing a round of golf, and you come into the clubhouse at the end and order an Arnold Palmer and sit on the deck of the clubhouse, and you can smell the pond with the lilies, and it puts that image in my head, which is a good thing. Most fragrances that I care for remind me of something that I really enjoy, which is smells are very well linked to memories, so not surprising. This was one of the 3 scents that I wore in high school quite extensively. It was mostly this, Boss Bottled, and David Us Cool Water. Some people classify it as an aquatic. I will, in my opinion, it's a spicy Asian aquatic, if that makes sense. It does get a bit floral and woody, but that I don't get a whole lot of the floral. It's mostly, to me, an Asian-inspired aquatic with a little bit of woods and musk towards the end. At least to my nose. I think it's a very good smell. The only big drawback for me is it's extremely popular in Minnesota, which I guess isn't such a bad thing, but I don't get a lot of girls asking me what I'm wearing when I wear this, because in Minnesota 60 to 70% of them know what I'm wearing without having to ask, just because if you go where there's a lot of people, you're going to run into at least 5 to 10 people wearing this, which can be a big drawback, which is part of the reason that I don't wear it a lot anymore. I used to wear it quite a bit, but it just kind of, my nose, I guess, got used to it. I mean, I still think it's a beautiful and wonderful fragrance. It's probably the safest blind buy, in my opinion. There's not too many people that are going to hate this fragrance, but there are some, and if you hate it, you really hate it. As far as summer fragrances go, this is not something that I'm going to wear a lot. I won't wear it if I know I'm going to be around a lot of people. If it's just for my nose, I will wear it because I do enjoy the smell, but it's not something I generally wear out. You will get a lot of compliments on it depending on your area and how popular it is in your area. I do still, even though women know what it is, they do still give me compliments on it. So it definitely does get compliments, and it does well with women. It's definitely something that I could see absolutely anyone wearing. There's really no age to this one. Anywhere from 13 to 90 I could see wearing this one. So as far as that aspect goes, it's very versatile. I do like it. I really do enjoy it. But I think there are, at least for me, I find that there are better options for me to wear instead of this. So I don't, like I said, I don't usually wear it a whole lot. But that's not so much that I do love the smell. It's not that I don't like the way it smells at all. I do enjoy the smell. It's just I find it hard to wear in public places just because I'm going to smell it a lot, which I generally tend to go for stuff that's a little more. You do find it a very relaxing scent. It's something that relaxes me. Yeah, it just puts me in a good mood. It calms me down, which is something you want in a fragrance. So, as far as ratings go, Uniqueness, I'm sorry, but for me, this is a 6 out of 10 in Uniqueness. It was unique back in 1994, but nowadays, not so much. I mean, there's not a whole lot that smells like it, so I guess it is unique in that way. It's just when you wear it, it's not that unique because a lot of people are going to smell like you. Longevity. This is where it's going to get really high marks. I'm going to give this 10 out of 10 for a fresh fragrance. I have not found anything else in a fresh category that lasts this long. Not even close. Projection, I mean, it's not amazing. We'll have a nice scent cloud around you, which will last pretty much for most of the life of the fragrance. Versatility, this is, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because it can be used year-round due to its potency and longevity, which makes it a pretty versatile fragrance. So, overall smell / compliments, I will give it an 8 out of 10. I do like the smell. I do get compliments on it. It does well in that regard. Overall, I don't wear this a lot. I do really enjoy it, and I think it is a fantastic fragrance, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I definitely think this is something that you don't necessarily need to test before you buy. I think this will be a very safe buy and buy. So for me, it's a buy. Whether or not you wear it a lot, you will enjoy it. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoy.